everyone. I am Colonel Rakesh Ashodia. I extend my best wishes to the team at Krishworks Technology Innovations on the launch of the new product, that is SyTrak, which is an advanced industrial orchestration platform. I strongly recommend industries exploring digital transformation and automation to look at SyTrak. It is a powerful step towards building connected, efficient, and future-ready smart factories. My best wishes for a successful launch and a great journey ahead. All the best.
Hello everyone. First of all, I would like to thank and welcome all the dignitaries for joining us today from the various industries as well as geographies. I am SyTrak, Business Development Executive at Krishworks Technology Innovations. Today's event is not just about unveiling a product. It's about rethinking how the world is managed by smartness and intelligence. We are here to launch our asset and industrial orchestration platform, SyTrak. To speak more about SyTrak, about the features, benefits, and how it will going to help various industries to drive smarter. I'm welcoming the Chief Product Architect of SyTrak and co-founder of Krishworks Technology Innovations, Mr. Kaushik Musundar, to the stage. Sir, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Sai, and a warm welcome to everyone present here today. Thank you for joining us. Before we talk about SyTrak, let me tell briefly about what we do. So as Krishworks, we develop end-to-end IoT products and solutions. We develop edge gateway solutions. We work with embedded Linux like Yocto, Buildroot. We handle bootloader, kernel, device trees, device drivers. Thereafter, the security aspects related to secure boot, verified boot, DM mapper, disk encryption. Moving over to hardware-based securities like one-time programmable, if uses, NV memory, and thereafter the AB, OTA updates and the AB partitioning. The edge gateways receive data from microcontroller-based IoT nodes using various means like Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, Zigbee, Z-Wave, LoRa, Matter, Thread, Zigbee. So at the microcontroller end, at the edge node end, we handle the firmware, the security, energy efficiency, various protocols, OTA updates, as well as data acquisition through wired as well as wireless sensors. Once the data is received at the edge gateways, we send it to the backend using mechanisms like NB-IoT, Power over Ethernet, LTE, Wi-Fi, Simple Ethernet. At the backend, we develop the APIs and the cloud-native platforms. Thereafter, the interfaces like it can be a web dashboard or a mobile app. We work with various SoCs like NXP, Intel NUC, Broadcom, Rockchip, Texas Instruments, Microchip, Nordic, ST Microelectronics, Espressif, and the like. And we work with all the major cloud providers. Let's talk about some of the problems our industries are facing as of today. Now, the optimizations are becoming increasingly important in the day-to-day life of an industry. A unit may spend more time, consume more resources, and produce less. In order to understand the problem in a bit more detail, let us understand a supply chain. Let us understand an assembly line. So, which can consist of various booths from start to finish. Now, each booth may have a minuscule amount of delay invisible to the naked eyes, but it adds up over a period of days or months or weeks and thereby contributing to a net loss. The operator at the booth may be efficient, but it may be the transfers or the idling between the booths which is causing the delay. Beyond financial aspects, a unit may be determined to provide a highest level of safety for its workforce operating in a hazardous environment, and the static safety measures may not be efficient. Now, it is critical that the technology we choose provides solution to the problem within a reasonable overhead. Few solutions to the problems can be audit of the existing processes, scheduled maintenance, predictive maintenance, effective training, regular training, geofencing, biofencing, and the like. Now, while designing products for the industries, there are three important aspects. One, it should be easy to use from the initial deployment to the interaction. The two, it should work together with the existing infrastructure and the existing systems. And the three, it should be secure, so your proprietary data and processes are safe. So collating everything, we came up with SyTrak, an advanced industrial and asset orchestration platform. So now let's talk about the features of SyTrak. So from blind spots to orchestration. So imagine a seamless indoor and outdoor tracking or an environment, applying smart logic and workflows to it, and thereafter getting everything in a unified dashboard. What makes SyTrak powerful? We can have live tracking, geofencing with smart alerts, orchestration engine or rule engine. We can have dashboards and insights, role-based access, and of course, modular scaling. Let's understand each of the features in a little more detail. Now, if you imagine live tracking, it can be an indoor environment in a manufacturing facility where you can understand work in progress as well as operator presence using Bluetooth technology. You can understand a critical healthcare unit and track its availability using technologies like ultra wideband. For an outdoor environment, you can consider an agriculture sector where we use simple GPS in order to understand the movement history of the tractors. And of course, in a warehouse, if we want to apply wayfinding, we can again utilize ultra wideband technology. The geofencing and the smart alerts would work very well in a construction industry where we want to understand the hazardous zones, entry and exit. We would want to understand the breakages in the cold chain supply, as well as in the defense training and establishments if someone wants to apply decision improvement or situational awareness in the trainees. The orchestration and the rule engine can be applied easily to an automotive domain where we would want to understand the quality of the raw materials before it is injected into the assembly line. We can apply it in utilities in order to understand hazardous zones, and we can apply it in warehousing so that it works well with the existing systems and sync up very well. So basically, we are moving from simple sensing to action-based insights. We sense, we track, we process it, then we act upon it using alarms and dashboards. The role-based access would be the generic industry role-based access where someone creates the rule and the other person acts upon the alerts generated out of that rule. In order to understand better, we can understand a hospital environment where we have staff or facility managers. In a construction environment, we have safety officers or site managers. And in defense, we have commanders or instructors. The modular scale would work very well in a industry where in a warehouse where you can apply the tracking to just a handful of forklifts in a single zone and then apply it across different zones. We can apply in a hospital ward to track a critical equipment, and if effective, we can apply it across all the wards. In an industry, in a production facility, we can understand how the machines are working in a single assembly line, thereafter apply it to all the other assembly lines. The reports and insights would work well in manufacturing sector where we would want to understand idle time and the operator productivity. We would apply it agriculture to understand the equipment usage by zones. And you can also apply it in training and defense establishments to understand risk versus non-risk zones or the danger zones. Basically, we are moving from simple tracking to orchestration where we are applying AI-enabled predictive maintenance, We have rule-based orchestration engine. We have seamless indoor to outdoor tracking and a unified dashboard. It works well with Industry 4.0 if you have to migrate your unit from a gray zone to a green zone, where you can apply predictive maintenance, automated workflows, digital twins, intelligent upkeeping, simulation and monitoring, as well as it works well with your existing systems. So if you are ready to orchestrate, you can just plug and play a deployment, test it out. You can start small and grow big. And of course, you can always schedule a demo in order to understand us better. Now, before we move over to Q&A session, we have a small video which shows us the tracking in real time.
Sir, thank you for your wonderful presentation. It was really awesome and showing a demo video of the how that tracking will work in real time. So now we are moving to the Q&A section, sir. So the first question is what core problems does SyTrak solve better than any competing solution?
So we are moving from simple tracking to an orchestration engine or a rule-based engine, wherein you don't apply just tracking. You don't just want to understand where your personnel is or where your asset is at a particular point of time. Rather, you want to understand if a particular asset or a person should be there in a particular point of time. For example, the examples are always better. Let's understand a hazardous zone. So it has two modes, an operating mode and an inspection mode. So when a unit is operating, no personnel should be present inside the operating unit. And when the unit is not operating, at that time you can have personnel for inspection and safety. While the personnel are inside a unit, they can have a tracking mechanism, they can have a biosensing mechanism, bio-tracking mechanisms. And once the plant is in operation, before the plant is being operational, instead of simple static measures like a checkbox or count to understand whether or not everyone is inside, you can have a personnel tracking mechanism through dashboards and all, which should show a count of 0 before a plant is operational. You can even apply it to your existing systems or SCADA systems where the plant will not get even turned on if it senses that at least even one person is inside a unit. So that is how we are moving from simple tracking to a smart orchestration or smart automation. Thank you. Next question.
Thank you, sir. So the next question is from Subham Kanjaya. He was asking how are workflows or automation rules set up in the SyTrak dashboard?
Thank you, Shubham. We have let's take an example of the dashboard we have here. So as you can see, it provides both an Excel based, which the operator can be familiar with, or a natural language based rules. So if you can just read out over here, like if forklift valve enters a cold zone and its speed is more than a threshold and its battery level is below a threshold and the time is after 6 p.m., then send an alert SMS to all, or otherwise change the forklift icon to color blue. So as you can see, this is a very specific use case, very specific to a particular unit, or even very specific to a particular facility within a unit. As well as beyond this natural language, if you are familiar or if you are more comfortable with Excel based selections of various matrices, you can also use that. So the SyTrak provides a combination of both an Excel based as well as natural language based rule orchestration. Next question, please.
Sir, next question is from Mr. Satyanarayana. He was asking, in a typical mass manufacturing organization, there will be more production lines and resources. So he's asking like he need multiple sensors across all the production areas. This was his.
Thank you, Mr. Satyanarayanan. So the tracking is effectively based on various technologies, and the various technologies based on coverage area. So let's talk about Bluetooth. So Bluetooth is provides very coarse location with a dense anchor network. So anchor means you can consider or you can think it of as locators across your unit. If you want, and the Bluetooth can provide up to 5 meters of accuracy. If you want sub 1 meter accuracy, 10 centimeter accuracy, 30 centimeter accuracy, you would want to apply ultra wideband technology, which with a lesser denser network, and you can have pinpoint tracking or pinpoint locations. If it's an open area, you can even use LoRa based tracking, which would work very well in an open area and which would cover large areas. So if you want to apply tracking across multiple assembly lines, that yes, depending on the level of accuracy is needed, the coverage may require using more anchors or more locators in order to cover your entire assembly line. And yes, it works well with the existing ecosystem. So if you have warehouse management systems, ERP systems, SyTrak can emit information which can be captured by your existing infrastructure, and the rules are already set in your existing infrastructure. Thank you, Mr. Satyanarayan. Moving on to the next question.
Yes, sir. The next question is like Omkar is asking, how can SyTrak help with decision awarenesses?
Okay, thank you, Omkar. We can understand the situation with defense training, and in fact, Colonel Rakesh was telling about it at the in the beginning of the event, where we are working with him to provide situational awareness training or rifle accuracy training, rifle responsiveness training to his troops. So the head unit, I think I had told about this. So the head unit, the torso unit, and the arms unit, the legs unit, the bullseye can be divided. And you can understand when you are in a hostage situation or training situation, whether you can apply a friendly fire to a non-fatal part of the body, or you are shoot to kill orders, and you should apply your bullet to the fatal units of the body. As well as you can apply density, like if it's a hostage situation and there are more perpetrators, so you would have large number of bullseye which are coming and going repeatedly. So as many combinations as required can be applied in a decision awareness or situational awareness training, which can be applied to defense industries. Thank you. Next question.
Thank you for your answer, sir. So the next question is from Balaji. He's asking, how does SyTrak track an asset moving from an indoor environment to the outdoor environment in a real time?
Thank you, Balaji. So let's take an example of a production unit where the entire supply chain can be divided into an assembly line, which is producing goods, from the assembly line to a stocking area, from the stocking area to a dispatch area, and from the dispatch area, let's say, to a delivery area, which may be in another location. So we apply a tracking unit or sensing unit once the goods are manufactured and kept at the end of an assembly line. So from the assembly line, it goes to stocking, then to dispatch, and then immediately it goes outside to a delivery area which is outside. Now, simply applying indoor and outdoor tracking is not much useful unless you want to identify blockages in supply chain, or effectiveness of the supply chain, or effectiveness of or staleness in movement. So for example, once the goods have been manufactured in the assembly line, it should move to the stocking area within 1 hour. If it is not moving to the stocking area within 1 hour, so that means there is delay in your forklift movement or something. From the stocking area, it should move to your dispatch area, let's say within 7 days. If it's not getting moved to your dispatch area within 7 days, means either there is a shortage of the trucks or manpower, or for whatever reason the dispatch is not happening. Once the dispatch has happened, it should reach your delivery area within 24 hours. If it has not reached your delivery station within 24 hours, which is outside, there may be road conditions or human behavior or human involvement. So at one place you are tracking indoor to outdoor seamless tracking, at the other end you are applying smart logic in order to make the tracking effective. That's where SyTrak helps in your operations. Thank you. Next question, please.
So the next question is from Jagan. He is asking, can we see how the role-based access control works for different team members in an organization?
So the role-based access is, we can just consider it as a generic role-based access, like someone who is applying the rules versus someone who is acting upon the outcome of the rule. So I took the example of hospital systems, hospital management, where someone is applying the rules based on availability or even allocation of critical equipments like a portable ECG machine, echo machine to particular wards. Now, if and when the machines are moved out of a particular ward, there can be a question like it is not supposed to move, or the stock or the availability of the ECG machines within a particular ward should not be less than 2 in order to quickly, in order to efficiently manage the hospital operations. Now, the one who is creating the rules has a higher role, and the one who is acting upon the rules, maybe an operator or maybe an operational person, is just acting upon the triggers based on the rule. Thank you. Next question.
So the next question is from Angel Thomas. She is asking about, like, is it possible to geofence an area and get notified if an asset leaves that particular zone? This was the question.
Thank you, Angel. So we can take the example of a fleet management set for scheduled maintenance. Set of fleets have arrived at a particular area and are parked in a particular area scheduled to undergo scheduled maintenance. Now, if for any reason, knowingly or unknowingly, a vehicle has been moved from a parked zone to a unintended zone, we can get alerts. Now, LoRa-based sensors would work very well in this case because the park zones are usually open areas which can cover large areas to more than 1 kilometers, a few kilometers. So if a movement happens without undergoing scheduled maintenance, if a vehicle has been moved from a parked zone to another zone, we can get alerts. So that is how we can apply the smart orchestration in this case. Thank you.
Sorry, my mic was mute. So the next question is from Mr. Balaji. How does SyTrak send alerts for tampering or unauthorized movement?
Thank you, Mr. Balaji. So I would just take the last example of fleet maintenance, which have been arranged for scheduled maintenance. The moment such kind of movement happens, like the fleet would undergo maintenance and then move from park area A to park area B, or it can be in the park area A, but all the vehicles are set to undergo scheduled maintenance in the next 5 days. Now, in the before 5 days, if a vehicle moves from parked area A and goes to another, let's say, delivery area B, the presence or the movement of such kind of movements can be tracked, and your dashboard can inform you via smart alerts or even SMS, WhatsApp, emails, and the like such a movement has happened and you can take an action, like either take the vehicle back into the park zone A if it has been unknowingly moved, or if it has been knowingly moved, like what's the intent behind it. Such kind of smart trackings can be applied. Next question, please.
Sir, and the next question is from Prajwal Kalal. He's asking what and all can we achieve with third-party integration and data security? What about AI focus integration on this?
Thank you, Mr. Prajwal. Third-party integration means the SyTrak can work very well with your existing infrastructure. So which means either you can apply the SyTrak platform itself, or if you can utilize only sensing and tracking, then all the data can be emitted to your existing ERP systems or your backend systems over MQTT and various protocols, where you can apply the rules at your end. Regarding the AI focus, we saw the dashboard, the natural flare language dashboard or the Excel based dashboard. So an operator or one who is setting the rules would be very comfortable setting a natural language alerts, like a fork moving beyond a particular speed after a particular time in a particular area. So such type of rules and alerts, if you are applying over an Excel based systems, it can be a bit laborious. But if you can have audio systems, you can have audio processing where you are just speaking, just like your YouTube. You can have your audio systems understand the natural language, process it, and then apply it effectively on the rules on which the tracking happens. Thank you. Next question, please.
I hope he got answer for his question, Mr. Prajwa. So the next question is from Mr. Sharad. He's asking, what makes SyTrak's integration of automation, tracking, and energy monitoring uniqueness? He's asking about that uniqueness.
Thank you, Mr. Sharad. I'll talk about energy monitoring a bit. So let's say we have a high value asset, a costly asset, which is supposed to, which is shared across different teams, obviously. And an allocation has happened for different time periods in a particular day. So let's say the first half of the day, the morning team is supposed, team A is supposed to utilize that high value asset or equipment and then give it over to team B, who can use it in the second half. Now, some sort of urgency occurs and another production team wants the equipment urgently, and you could understand whether or not the team A or team B has effectively utilized it through energy monitoring or utilization, where your systems can tell, like between 10 to 11 the equipment was in use, but from 11 to 12 it has, from 11 till lunch hour at 2 o'clock for the 3 hours it has not been used. Such kind of monitoring, and we can apply energy meters who can track power utilization or current utilization in real time and give alerts if you want to track it very closely about the equipment usage. So such kind of energy monitoring can be applied through sensing and tracking as well. Thank you. Next question, please.
So the next question is from the same person, which is he's asking, what core problem does SyTrak solve better? I think that we have already answered to this question, sir. Yeah. Mr. Manas Pratim Goswami is asking, like, how does SyTrak send alerts for tampering and unauthorized movements? Yeah, already we have repeated questions, and I hope we have completed all the questions.
Okay. Before we wrap up, I would like to once again thank everyone who has been part of this event, who have taken their times out of this busy schedule and came over here to witness this event. I would request feedback form to be filled by the attendees so that we can improve ourselves. We are starting new and we always have a lot of scope to improve. Thank you once again for your time. We hope to see you again. If anyone wants to understand SyTrak in more detail, you can always reach out to us at SyTrak, sytrak.com. And we would be eager, we would be happy to come over and even show a demo online or offline. We are located in Bangalore, Whitefield. So anyone looking for similar solutions in Bangalore, you just come over and show it to you. If it's required to come over to another city and then give a demo, we can always plan that. Thank you, everyone. Once again, have a wonderful day.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for everyone for joining us in this today event, launch event. And I hope everyone have know about the SyTrak. And if somebody wants a demo, please contact us via our website. And we are after the session, we will show the website and email ID as well as number. Thank you.